Today, I'm going to be destroying my blanket. Hello everybody, my name is Olive. If you're new here, welcome back, but if you're not, I am a crochet content creator and a small business owner, and today we're going to be destroying my blanket. So yes, that sounds insane, but today we're going to be talking about frogging and the reasonings behind it and kind of destigmatizing taking apart crochet projects. So first of all, what is frogging? If you're not a crochet artist, this probably is like a new term for you, but essentially what it means is just taking apart a crochet project. It's sort of like a play on words because when you tear apart a crochet project, you like rip it. So you rip it, like ribbit like a frog, hence the term frogging. Now, I've noticed that in like the crochet community, frogging kind of gets like a bad rap. Like when you're frogging a project, you're usually like taking it apart because you messed up, or there's usually like a negative reason behind frogging a project. So today we're going to be frogging my crochet blanket, and we're going to be going through the different reasons why I'm frogging this and why frogging isn't bad. Usually I see people frogging things because like there's a mistake or they miscounted something or for a variety of different reasons, usually because they messed up in some way and they need to start over. For me personally, I am frogging this blanket today because I simply am not going to finish it. That is just that's the truth. I'm not going to finish this blanket. I've been working on it since junior year of high school, and I'm in college now, and this blanket is not going to finish itself. It's just been sitting in storage for the longest time, honestly, and I don't see myself ever coming around to finishing it. And the yarn that I actually used to make this blanket, they don't make anymore. I used the Mainstays Walmart brand because I was trying to kind of make like a cheaper blanket. Mainstays yarn is usually about like $2 per skein, and for each little colored stripe, it was like one skein of yarn. So it was cheaper than like making a normal blanket. But if you look really closely, you might not be able to see it, but the blue on this stripe is actually a different blue than I started with. It's more of like a turquoise. This is more of like an actual blue, and this is more of a turquoise. And I know not everybody can see it, but I can see it, and it bothers me. And I don't see a point in finishing this blanket if the stripes are going to be bugging me. Because truthfully, I'm going to be the one who would use this blanket. And if there's something about this blanket that bothers me, then I'm not going to use it, and there's no point in having it. Like I said earlier, a lot of people will frog their crochet projects because they are just like, they made a mistake, they're not happy with it, whatever. I will frog things even if I do like it. I do like this blanket. Truthfully, I do like this blanket. I think it's a fun shape. It's a star blanket. I think it's a fun color. I really do like this blanket. However, I don't have a purpose for it, and therefore I can just get rid of it. The nice thing is too is when you frog projects, you can recycle the yarn and use it for like a different project, and that's probably what I'll end up doing here. I can use this blue yarn for anything else as long as it's a smaller project because they don't make this color anymore. But I think a lot of people, like when they hear that you're frogging a project, they're like, oh, I'm sorry, like, oh, that sucks. It's like, no. No, it doesn't have to suck. It can just be like, I'm entering a new era. You know, I'm not 16 years old in high school anymore, and I'm not going to finish this blanket, and it can go bye-bye. It's fine. I think if we start frogging our projects more too, it will save us a lot of money on yarn, because look at all of this blue spaghetti noodles. I could use that for something else. I could use it, like I could make a sweater vest. I could make some granny squares with it. I could use it as an accent color. There's so much I could do with this blue yarn that like will serve me much better than it just sitting folded up in a blanket. I also, like many other crocheters, have a bad habit of just buying yarn and then not having a use for it. Like, I will buy yarn just because it looks pretty, or I'm like, maybe I can make a hat with this. That's what I always tell myself. Whenever I see pretty yarn, I'm like, what can I do with this? I'm like, oh, I'll make a hat. How many hats do I have to make? I don't even wear hats. I don't. Like, I have such a bad habit of buying like pretty multicolored yarn, and I'll buy one skein and I'm like, I can make a hat with this. And I do make hats with it, but I'm not wearing the hats. But that's another thing. Like, I need to stop buying yarn when I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I have been trying to buy yarn specifically for projects that I know I'm going to make and complete, specifically for like Etsy listings. I have a Etsy account that you should all check out. I will leave a link in the description. This is a very not so subtle plug to tell you to go support my small business. But um, yeah, I try to kind of plan out when I'm buying yarn and have an idea in my head of what I would use it for. The mindset I'm using to like approach yarn shopping more is like going in looking for specific yarn, not looking at yarn and thinking, what can I make with this? Going back to frogging being like taking apart your mistakes, it's okay if you are frogging because you made a mistake. Crochet is not easy. I know like it feels easy once you've been doing it for a long time, but even I, like a crocheter of many years, still find myself stuck or struggling or taking things apart and messing up. It's just a fact of life. Mistakes are okay, and that's what I have to keep telling myself. I will get frustrated with projects, and then I will tear them apart, and I'll be like, this is so stupid. I'm so bad at this. Blah, blah, blah. And that's not the truth. Sometimes mistakes happen. And we get in our own heads, and we'll frog things, and we'll be like, God, I'm such a bad crochet artist. Like, I should just give up crochet entirely. And it's like, no, that's not true. Failure is a part of any aspect of life, and especially with crochet, it it's a human craft, and you're likely following a pattern made by another human, and humans are prone to errors, and there's henceforth a lot of errors in crochet. It's okay. I've found patterns that have had mistakes in them, and I've had to frog things because they don't make sense to me, or I've read perfectly fine patterns and have had to frog things because I messed up. It's okay. It's okay to be upset about making a mistake. Obviously, like, you put a lot of hard work into things, and it's sad to like not have it work out. And that's fine because you just start over and you try again. But I don't know, like, I just see such a negative mentality on the internet about having to start over crochet projects when it's like that's just part of doing any craft, really. Any project is really trial and error. Like, it's fine. It's okay. And I think we need to learn to be a little bit more accepting of our mistakes. I don't know what I'm going to be using this yarn for after I take it all apart. I'm making like a little ball, and I have all of this here, all these spaghetti noodles. So I don't know if you have any. Ooh, I dropped my yarn ball. But I don't know if you have any like suggestions in the comments. Let me know. Um, I don't know what to do with this. So what do I do when I'm done frogging my projects? Like I said, I'm just kind of winding this up into a little ball, and I will save it in like a yarn scrap bin, and I'll find something else to do with it. I usually don't frog projects with another project in mind. I just kind of frog things because I'm like, this is not going to be finished. I don't like this, whatever. And I'll pack the resources away and I'll use it for something else when I remember that yarn exists, and then I can use it for something. I think another thing that leads to frogging, and I'm guilty of this too, is like taking on too many projects at the same time. Like, I will have so many ideas. My Pinterest board is bustling. I have thousands of pins saved, and I get so excited and I want to make everything and I want to do all of these different projects that I get ahead of myself and I start too many projects and then I don't finish them. And that's what like leads me to frog a lot of projects because I take on more than I am capable of and I don't finish it. I don't finish it, and like so much time passes that I'm not even interested in the project anymore, and I end up just getting rid of it. And that is the case with this blanket. Like I said, I started it when I was a junior in high school, and I am now in college. So that was a long time ago. It was a long time ago. So I think I'm gonna call it here. You obviously don't want to sit here and watch me unravel this thing and make yarn balls for like 2 hours. So, oh my goodness, I have yarn all over me. But that is all I have for today. Um, if you want more of my content, you should subscribe. Even if you don't want more of my content, you should subscribe because I'm cool and I'm awesome. And I have an Instagram account, and that will be linked in the description below, along with my TikTok and my Etsy account. And you should follow me on all places. You should buy from my Etsy. You should subscribe to my YouTube channel. You should, please, please. But that is all I have for today. Remember that frogging is not a bad thing. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to start over. And that is all I have for today. Wish me luck taking this thing apart and leave some suggestions if you have any ideas what I should do with the blue yarn or even the white yarn. I have tons of white yarn. I'll use this for anything really. But if you have any suggestions, let me know and they will be greatly appreciated. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.